This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We try and come to you daily with short business episodes, short private equity episodes, and quite frankly, after this episode, we'll be back with you with 6 business stories that we're following today. Today's discussion is generational talents, Taylor Swift and Joe Rogan. So here's the theme of this, and there are certain people that evolve themselves into being generational talents. If you're in the music business or you're a music fan, whether you love or don't love, respect or don't respect Taylor Swift, she has clearly sort of differentiated herself as a generational talent. And it's hard to figure out the right balance of qualities that drive this. And we'll talk about Joe Rogan as well, who also seems very quite similar in his own way to being a generational talent. It's this fascinating mix of incredibly creative minds to go with tremendous discipline and work ethic and the ability to organize themselves and organize their professional lives in a way that lets all those things flow out, but still keeps so disciplined and focused. I watch Taylor Swift, and I'm not by any means, somebody teased me the other day by sending me a T-shirt, knowing that I'm not particularly a Swiftie, which is, I think, what they mean by Taylor Swift fans. But when you listen to her lyrics, the songwriting, the amount of effort that goes into it, the thoughtfulness, her ability to sort of move through a tune in a certain way, and her ability to commercialize it all, she's clearly sort of what I think of as a generational talent. Joe Rogan is similar. Here's a podcaster that puts out 3 to 4 hour shows, I think almost daily, as an audience that rivals what Fox News and MSNBC and CNN have in a combined way, and is able to keep things moving along and interesting in a constant way. One of the beauties of Taylor Swift, one of the beauties of Joe Rogan, each one of them has their own edge and not afraid to take stands on different things in different places. And it's sort of fascinating in that they don't seem to go too overboard. Joe probably gets there sometimes and might irritate too much the left wing at points, but his views on things are very multifaceted, so they're not easy to sort of categorize as just one way or the other in a fascinating generational talent. Taylor Swift, quite similarly, periodically goes on a limb on a political issue, doesn't do it that often, but at the end of the day, he has that ability to have this great brilliance, great creativity, this great discipline, and a bit of an edge to her, too, that makes her so attractive in what she all does. What can you learn from these generational talents? I'm not sure that you can learn that much from them other than the recommitment to whatever your craft is, whatever you're trying to do, and the discipline and the creativity to do it well day after day after day, and then figure out also how to commercialize it. I find the two of them, Taylor Swift, Joe Rogan, to be generational talents. I mean, different than Novak Djokovic, also a generational talent, Tom Brady, and a ton of others. But really something to watch in this era, and whether you're a fan or not, to be able to admire the talent they have and their ability to package it and deliver it every single day, to me, it is an amazing thing to be to admire, whether you like them or not. Just that incredible talent, drive, discipline, commercialization, the whole package. There's got to be a lot to be learned from all of us. We'll keep on the subject and try and find lessons in it. Not always easy, but just fascinating to watch and fascinating to admire. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. We'll be back with you shortly with more of our traditional business podcast, but thank you for listening to this one. Thank you very, very much.